Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Grade 7 in the Islamiyat, chapter number 6, the revered companions, Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, also known as the Khulafai Rashideen. I have divided this chapter also into two parts so that it would be easier for you to understand each companion. So, this is the first part. In this part, I'm going to discuss about uh, the introduction life, the early life, the personality, the khilafat, the self-sacrifice, the honor, and the martyrdom about the Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu. Now, the early life about the Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu. He was the third caliph of the Muslims, and he was from the Umayyad tribe. His father's name was Affan bin Abi al-As, and before he converted to Islam, his kunyat was Abu Umro. But after when he becoming a Muslim, he was known as Abu Abdullah, and he was 6 years younger than the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was a trader by profession. Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu, converted to Islam as a result of the preaching of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu, and he always used to avoid the social evils prevalent in the pre-Islamic days. And he was a noble person and he was very wealthy at the time. But after accepting Islam, he spent all his wealth generously on spreading Islam. And at the time of the Battle of the Tabuk, he was the one who contributed the most of his wealth. And after migration, the Holy Prophet ﷺ had constructed the Masjid al-Nabawi. At first, it was sufficient for the needs of the Muslim, but due to the increasing number of the Muslims, the space was not enough. So, in the Khilafat of Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu, he consulted the other companions about the insufficient space, and all the other companions agreed that the masjid should be expanded. So he informed everyone about it and rebuilt the masjid, that Masjid Nabawi. The title of Hazrat Usman Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu was the Ghani, which means the very wealthy man, and he was very rich and he spent his money abundantly on the Muslims. And because of his generosity and liberality, people started to call him Ghani so much that it became the part of his name. So he was known as by his name Usman Ghani. Self-sacrifice at the time of the Hijrat means migration. When Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu migrated to Ethiopia, there was no news of him for a long time, and our Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was very restless about him, and he used to make inquiries about Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu often. Eventually, one day a lady told him that she had seen his daughter and son-in-law. Our Holy Prophet ﷺ asked that lady in what condition she had seen them. Then the woman said that she had seen his daughter on a mule. Mule is a pony, type of pony, and her husband was walking beside her. The Holy Prophet ﷺ thanked Allah and said that Allah was with them. Now the unique honors of the Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu. He got several honors. He was a companion who got the several honors. The greatest honor went to him for the coming into the force of the Bait Rizwan on the occasion of the signing of the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, known as the Sulh Hudaybiyah. And this is mentioned in the Quran, Holy Quran. And another, he was honored the title of Zunun Nuran, which means one with two nur, double radiance, because the two daughters of our Holy Prophet ﷺ were married to him one after another. That's why he was also honored with the title Zunununar. And he made the copies of the Quran, which was compiled in the time of the Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu, and he distributed them throughout the country. So, and he also gathered the Muslim community at one Quran so that there would be no conflicts could rise. And for this reason, he got the title of Jama'ul Quran. And on one occasion, when there was a severe drought condition in the Medina, Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu bought a well from the Jew for the Muslims and paid 20,000 dirhams and dedicated that wealth for the Muslims. so that the Muslims could use the water from that well. Now the Khilafat of Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu anhu. On the first Muharram, 24th of Hijri, he became the third Caliph of the Muslims. And in the earlier Khilafats of the Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Raziyallahu anhu and Hazrat Umar Farooq Raziyallahu anhu, he was an important member of the government. And even after becoming the Caliph, he remained a simple man like the previous two Caliphs, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Raziyallahu anhu and Hazrat Umar Farooq Raziyallahu anhu. Once Hazrat Abdul Malik Raziyallahu anhu say that he saw him wrapped in a simple sheet which was cost about 4 dirhams. And on another occasion, Hazrat Hassan Raziyallahu anhu says that he saw him once having a siesta, means a little nap which people take usually after taking a meal in the afternoon. So he was taking a nap in the masjid and he was lying on the floor of the masjid without any mattress and blanket. When he got up, there were the marks of the pebbles on his body. Even though he was a Amirul Mu'mineen, he used to lead a simple life and he wore simple dresses. Now the personality about Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu anhu. He was very pious and a patient man, and he always used to fast during the daytime and pray at nights. And he spent the money for the welfare of the Muslims and to gain pleasure of Allah, but never on himself. He was very modest man, and our Holy Prophet ﷺ used to say that among my ummah, the most modest, honorable, and the generous man is Hazrat Usman Raziyallahu anhu. He always wore ordinary clothes and he would serve the delicious food to others. But he himself ate just vinegar and the olives. He was so terrified of the grave that he wept bitterly whenever he went to the graveyard, so much that his beard would get wet. And he always take care of to be judged. Once he told his slave that he had twisted his ear once so he can take revenge on him in this world. So when the slave did so, he told that it's a chance, I will give you it, it's a good chance for you to take the revenge here in this world. So I would be free on the day of the judgment, and I don't need to give you the chance to take revenge on the day of the judgment. During the caliphate of Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu anhu, the rebels took advantage of his gentle nature and the situation became so critical that they surrounded his house to get him to accept the demands. And the demands were that Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu anhu would leave that kingdom. And he surrounded him very harshly for the 40 days. And after the relentless siege of the 40 days, they entered his house. And at that moment, Hazrat Usman Raziyallahu anhu was reading the Holy Quran. When his wife Hazrat Naila Raziyallahu anha saw the rebels attacking him, she tried to protect him. And during trying to protect him, her 3 fingers got cut and fell off. Yet she could not save her husband. And one of the rebel named Aswat the GB, he stabbed him in the back with a dagger. And the drops of the blood fell on the Holy Quran, and he was martyred. And this terrible event took place at the time of the Asr prayer on the Friday, the 18th of Zulhajj, the 35 Hijri. He was then 82 years old and he was buried in the graveyard of Jannatul Baqi. He ruled for almost 12 years. The first part of the revered companions about Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu anhu has been completed. Now you have to you have to write a short note on Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu anhu, and all the topics I have discussed here should be mentioned in this note. And you don't need to do the extra exercises like the question answers given at the end of the chapter. You don't need to do this. Just you have to write a short note on Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu anhu, and this note must not be exceeded in 1 page, and you have to summarize all the points I have explained you in this class, and learn the note on Hazrat Usman Ghani Raziyallahu anhu as well. And thank you for your attention.